This missed bucket by Jay Humphries made them back-to-back champions. Now the question loomed, could they three-peat? Welcome to another video of Rewritten Rings. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe, it goes a long way. Today we begin our 1995-96 season. Can the Clippers position themselves for another title run? That and more in this video. So let's get right into it. We start with retirements, and Moses Malone is our biggest name. He was a two-time champion, three-time MVP, and 11-time All-Star, and the 1983 Finals MVP. Next we have Reggie Theus, who's a five-time All-Star and a first-time champion with the Clippers in '94. Something he never became in real life. Sidney Moncrief was an eight-time All-Star and a two-time Defensive Player of the Year. Mike Jaminski was also a champion on the '94 Clippers team. Four-time All-Star Jeff Ruland also retired. Greg Kite was a back-to-back champion with the Celtics. Sam Mitchell had a much longer career in real life. Here he wins the title in '92 with the Rockets and retires 4 seasons later. Other well-known names include Kelly Tribeca, Eddie Jones, and Joe Barry Carroll. Of all those names, Moses Malone is the only Hall of Fame inductee. He also, like Kareem, gets his number retired from 2 franchises, the Sixers and the Rockets. Sidney Moncrief and Reggie Theus also get their numbers retired. This is also the year that the Raptors and Grizzlies joined the association. And with those 2 additions, we have a new realignment in the league. The Grizzlies join the Midwest, while the Raptors join the Central. Next we move on to the lottery, where the Rockets have the best chance of winning it. They'll have to settle for third as the Magic get the number 1 pick and the Pistons get the number 2 pick thanks to a Denver pick. Pistons are only one of 2 teams that have 2 picks in the first round. The Clippers are the other. In 1989, the Celtics traded to get the number 1 pick, who was Shawn Kemp. Now they trade Kemp for this year's number 1 pick. And with that pick, they select Kevin Garnett. So in this world, the Celtics draft the big ticket. At number 2, the Detroit Pistons select Damon Stoudemire. At number 3, the Rockets select Joe Smith, who actually went number 1 in the real draft. At number 4, Rasheed Wallace goes to the Grizzlies. At number 5, Antonio McDyess goes to the Raptors. At 6, the Spurs select Jerry Stackhouse. Number 7, the Lakers select Big Country Bryant Reeves. We'll skip ahead lesser known players. Delph Shrimp and Scott Styles get traded for the number 9 pick. They're both going South Beach. And with that, the Warriors select Corey Beck. What a trade. That's all Miami. Rod Strickland heads to Utah for the 10th pick. And with that pick, the Hawks select Chris Carr, another bonehead trade. Charles Oakley goes to the Bulls for the 11th pick. And the Bucks select Michael Finley with that pick. Thierry Cummins gets shipped off to Sacramento for the 14th pick. And with that pick, the Lakers select Kurt Thomas. The Grizzlies trade for the 16th pick, and with that pick, they select Eric Williams. Forrest Williamson goes 17th. Gary Trent goes 18th. Bob Sura goes 19th to the Warriors. Brent Berry goes 20th to the Celtics. Holden Polynice gets traded for the 21st pick. And Artem Kolomak is the result. I don't even know if that's a real player. Theo Ratliff goes 22. Ed O'Bannon goes 23 to the Suns. Papa Rick Brunson goes 24. Tyus Endy goes 25 to the Nets. Connecticut's Kevin Ali goes 26 to the Bulls. Eric Snow goes to the Pistons. And that's all the notables for the first round. Looking at the options, Karl Malone might be on the move again. Michael Williams too. And Mark Jackson can't find a home, he keeps moving. Hershey Hawkins might be on the move again. John Starks will be a free agent too. Scottie Pippen might be leaving Utah. Could Chris Mullin be leaving Indiana? Or will Charles Barkley finally leave Philly? Can James Worthy leave LA? Or Horace Grant leave Cleveland? Will Billy Owens be on the move? And or D. Brown? Kevin Willis is also unrestricted, and so is Kenny Anderson and Kevin Johnson. Chris Morris, is he out of Golden State? Seems like Stacey King is unrestricted every year. Tony Kukoc is also a free agent, and so is Jay Humphries, who was in the finals last year. Victor Alexander and Byron Scott too. The list just keeps going. Dan Marley, Michael Adams, Benoit Benjamin. This will definitely be a busy offseason signings. Ala Abanabi, who was key for the Mavericks last year, Winston Garland, AC Green, Jerome Kersey, all potentially can move. William Bedford and Wayman Tisdale, Bobby Phills, the list just goes on and on. Our biggest move in the offseason, Scottie Pippen goes to the Bucks. Karl Malone goes to the Spurs. Michael Williams goes to the expansion Grizzlies. Mark Jackson goes to the Hornets. Horace Grant goes to the Sixers. After losing Horace Grant, the Cavs signed Kenny Anderson. Hershey Hawkins ends up in South Beach. After losing Karl Malone, the Suns signed James Worthy. John Starks leaves South Beach for Boston. Chris Morris signs with the Champs. And D. Brown signs with the East Champs. Billy Owens signs with the Timberwolves. Kevin Johnson finally lands in Phoenix in this world. Victor Alexander lands in Cleveland, replacing Horace Grant. Kevin Willis lands in Sacramento. Tony Kukoc lands in Indiana. AC Green lands in Washington. And those were the most notable moves. As far as trades, there weren't many. Kevin McHale goes to Dallas, while Derek Harper goes to the Bulls. Brian Stiff gets traded for Sean Bradley. Now let's see how our opening day lineups look. The Sixers look old with Dominic and Chuck. Scottie Pippen joins an already dangerous Bucks team. The Bullets get a little tougher in the front court with Oakley and AC Green. The Bulls lose McHale and add Derek Harper. The Cavs get some help in the backcourt with Kenny Anderson. The same could be said for the Celtics with John Starks. With the addition of Bobby Phills, Larry Bird's no longer starting. Byron Scott ends up in Atlanta. And in their inaugural season, the Raptors look tough. Nuts get an upgrade at point guard in Michael Adams. What can Olden Polynice and Tony Kukoc do for this Pacers team? D. Brown and the East Champs are solid 1 through 5. Hershey Hawkins is an upgrade for the Heat in the backcourt. Can Mark Jackson finally find a home in Charlotte? The only difference for the Knicks is Van Exel is now starting, with Michael Adams leaving. And it looks like the Magic have one of the toughest lineups in the league. Can they do something with it this year? That was the East, now let's go to the West. We start with our champions who get an upgrade at small forward with Chris Morris. Without Pippen, this Jazz lineup might be one of the worst in the league. While the Kings improved their lineup with Kevin Willis and Terry Cummings. Without Cummings and Worthy, the Lakers don't look good this year. The Mavericks also look like a team that may be rebuilding. This Nuggets lineup didn't make the playoffs last year. I don't see it changing this year. Timberwolves, however, get upgrades at point guard and small forward. And with Karl Malone and Jerry Stackhouse on the Spurs, watch out. With Malone gone and James Worthy in, the Suns lose a little. Sonics, who were in the conference finals last year, just literally run it back. The Blazers only add Stacey King. After an injury year last year, with Joe Smith this year, the Rockets look to get back. Is this Warrior lineup better with Abanabi? Grizzlies have some good pieces for the future, but not right now. Which team do you think can win it all? Midway through the season, Tim Perry gets traded to the Hawks. Sam Perkins signs with the Spurs. Clarence Winspoon signs with the Hornets. Ina Barros gets traded to the Sixers. Joe Walker gets traded for Gerald Wilkins. Lindsey Hunter signs with the Blazers. George Marathon gets traded to the Grizzlies. And those were the moves heading to the All-Star break. As for injuries, Nick Anderson's out for the season for the Blazers. D. Brown's out 2 to 4 months for the Pistons. Rookie Joe Smith is also out 2 to 4 months. John Starks is out 8 to 10 weeks for the Celtics. Nick Van Exel is out 6 to 8 for the Knicks. Wayman Tisdale is out for the Sonics 4 to 6. Latrell Sprewell is also out 4 to 6 for the Raptors, and so is Pat Levert, Tom Gugliotta. George Marathon is out 2 to 4 weeks, so is Mark Aguirre and PJ Brown. Theo Ratliff is out 1 to 2 weeks, so is Bobby Phills, David Stoudemire, Albert Chaney, Alonzo Mourning, and Doug Christie. Kevin McHale is day-to-day, so is Corey Anderson, Penny Hardaway, David Robinson, and John Stockton. As for our midseason standings, the Milwaukee Bucks are number 1 in the East, led by Scottie Pippen. The Celtics, despite some injuries, are number 2. The Bullets are number 3, led by Clyde Drexler. The Cavs are number 4 with Kenny Anderson running the point. And don't look now, the Magic are playing to their potential. The Bulls are at number 6, led by Patrick Ewing. And the defending East champs are number 7, with D. Brown injuries hurting them. Last year they were in the conference finals. This year they're number 8 midway through, with the Miami Heat right behind them in 9th. The Knicks are hurting in 10th. 2 seed last year, they don't look good this year. The same could be said for the Pacers and Sixers with stars past their prime. The Hawks are still struggling to win games, and despite their talent, the Hornets struggle to win too. Following up the expansion Raptors, dead last in the East. Moving on to the West, the Rockets, who finished dead last year, are number 1 this year, followed by the 2-time champ Clippers, and the team they beat in the conference finals, the Sonics. Then with the addition of Karl Malone, the Spurs are in 4th, followed by the Blazers. Then the James Worthy-led Suns are in 6th, and our number 1 seed last year, the T-Wolves, are in 7th. Kings finished in 8th last year, they're in 8th right now, with the Warriors right behind them, and the Mavericks right behind them. The expansion Grizzlies are only 6 games under 500. No surprise here, the Jazz aren't doing good without Pippen. This Nuggets squad continues to lose too. Wow, I wasn't expecting this, but the Lakers only have 8 wins. Halfway through, who do you got? Season's over and Lynn Bias is our MVP. This is his 3rd MVP award in this universe. Antonio McDyess is our Rookie of the Year. He averaged 20 and 10. Scottie Pippen wins DPOI with 22 and 10. And Charles Spiel is most improved with 21 and 6. Clippers have the best record in the league and are poised to three-peat. As for All-NBA first team, we have Reggie Miller. He averaged 30, 7 and 7. Then we have Gary Payton, averaging 25 and 9. Then we have our MVP Lynn Bias, and we know what he averaged. We also know what Scottie averaged, our Defensive Player of the Year. We have Chris Webber, who's injured going into the playoffs, averaged 25, 12 and 5. Our second team included Winston Garland, Tim Hardaway, Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, David Robinson. On our third team, we had Al Robinson, Isaiah Thomas, Antonio McDyess, the rookie, Calbert Chaney, and Patrick Ewing. Our rookie first team had Antonio McDyess. We know his numbers. He was the Rookie of the Year. Then we had Kevin Garnett. He averaged 16, 10 and 5. Then we had Rasheed Wallace. He averaged 16 and 7. Then we had Joe Smith. He averaged 20 and 10. And finally, Big Country Bryant Reeves. He averaged 12 and 6. As for our leaders in points, we had Lynn Bias at number 1, Reggie Miller number 2, Patrick Ewing number 3, Winston Garland number 4, and Chris Mullin number 5. Brad Dory is our leader in rebounds. Then we have Shaquille O'Neal, Chris Webber, David Robinson, and Charles Oakley. Tim Hardaway is our leader in assists. Then Michael Williams, Terry Porter, Bobby Hurley, and Mark Price. The glove, Gary Payton led in steals again, and Akeem Olajuwon led in blocks. Next, we have our end of the season injury report. On the list, Chris Webber will most likely miss the entire playoffs. Purvis Ellison and Randy White are both out 4 to 6 weeks. Both Rex Chapman and D. Brown are out 4 to 6 weeks. So is Michael Adams and Clyde Drexler. Correction, Rex Chapman is injured, but he will play. He's hurt. Quentin Daly's out 1 to 2 weeks for the Timberwolves. John Stockton's out 1 to 2 weeks for the Bullets. Everyone else is day to day. In our final standings, the Bucks win the East, which is a first in our universe. Speaking of first, the Magic win the Atlantic. This is the year Shaq breaks out. The Celtics finish in 3rd, but will be without their star. The defending East champs finish in 4th, and their opponents will be the Nets, which was the conference finals last year. Bullets and Celtics rekindle their rivalry, and it's David Robinson versus Shaquille O'Neal in the first round. And it's the Bulls versus the Bucks, 1 versus 8. The Hornets missed the playoffs by 3 games. So did the Hawks, who also finished 36 and 46. And the Knicks too. The Pacers were a disappointing 35 and 47. And despite picking up Dana Barros, the Sixers were just bad this year. The Heat really fell off, going from 9th to 14th. And the Raptors finished with the worst record in the East. As for the West, we know the Clippers finished 1st and with the best record in the league. The Wolves finished in 2nd and win the Midwest. The Kings finished in 3rd, and the Spurs finished in 4th. Their opponents will be the Sonics, who finished in 5th. The 3-6 matchups will be the Rockets versus the Kings. 2-7 will be the Mavericks, who made the playoffs, versus the Timberwolves. And it's Isaiah Thomas for Akeem Olajuwon in our 1-8. Next, the Warriors missed the playoffs by 4 games. The Suns without Karl Malone by 5. Then it dropped off significantly after that with the Jazz. Grizzlies won 31 games in their first year, and then the Nuggets that continue to lose more than they can win. And the Lakers finished the worst record in the league with 19 wins. That's the worst in our history. That's the end of the video. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe. Stay tuned for the 96 first round. Are we going to see upsets? Let me know in the comment section. Until then, thanks for watching.